Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the second part of the video of setting up the budget for the next year. So it took me like 3 days to film the second part, but I'm finally doing it. So if you haven't seen the first part, it was all about me setting up the new binders, the new envelopes, showing you the savings challenges and whatever. So that video is either going to be linked somewhere on the screen down below. If I remember to do it, of course, probably will forget. But yeah, it's the last video uploaded on my channel. But today I'm going to show you actually the recording part of my budget. So like how am I gonna keep track of everything, etc. So a little backstory. Back in I think October, I saw a video of one of the people that I follow, also budgeting channel, and they bought this new Budget Mom budget by paycheck workbook. It was like this big spiral thing, and the layout really kind of spoke to me, but I didn't want a whole budget binder because that's what I had this year. So I was like, maybe they have different options. And then I went on the Budget Mom what is it called, website. Jeez, I remember any names. And this little box set was on sale. So this is budget by paycheck, the monthly books. What are they called? Like, I should have probably researched this. So basically it comes in this little package. I bought it for $25 plus the shipping was also like 25 euros from America to Europe. So in total it was like 50 euros everything, but you have 12 different booklets, one for each month, and then you have like a yearly one, so 13 and divided by 13, so that's kind of 4 euros per booklet, which I think is completely normal. So let me show you the layout, and I'm going to show you how we're going to set it up. So it comes, as I said, with 12 booklets per month, and then instructions on yearly spending. It also has like 2 sheets of stickers. Probably not gonna use these. I'm not a really big sticker girl, but why I decided to purchase one and not actually make like a budgeting system for myself this year, because I realized I didn't really want to bother with that, because last year's took me a while to make, and this year with my schedule it just was not doable. So I was like, let me just buy this. And I'm also interested in supporting other creators, so I was like, why not purchase this? So let me take out the yearly booklet and one of the monthly booklets, because all of the other ones match inside. The only thing that like is different is the artwork on each of them. So I'm not going to show you everything, but yes, it's also a very good storage box. Technically you can keep this and go back, and also this is way easier to transport, because I believe that the spiral notebook, it's like huge, it takes up a lot of room, and this is very easy to transport. Okay, so let's put away the monthly one and go quickly through the yearly spending and the instructions. I'm not going to read the instructions. Nobody cares about that. You can read them if you decide to purchase this. But basically, here I already set up a little intro to the savings challenges and whatever, because I realized otherwise this video is going to be hell long and nobody's got time for that. But basically the financial plan and the goals. So you have short-term, medium-term and long-term goals. I don't have any of these yet, but I might update them throughout the year. And my short-term goals is, first is my emergency fund. I do want to set up one of 3,000, at least 3,000. No target date really, it's just an ongoing savings challenge. Deposit 5,000, also not an ongoing date. And Christmas 700 until the 31st of October. So if I have any other goals that come up, I will add them. Membership and subscription page is basically what you have to pay, what is the annual cost and the monthly cost. So I have 3. I have credit card, Spotify and phone, and then I have the corresponding annual cost and the monthly cost. This just helps to keep a track of how much I need to stuff in my subscriptions envelope, etc, etc. So here, goals and events, again on like different layout. Christmas, I wrote down, once again, I need a yearly goal, a monthly goal, and when I want to do, and then I split it into categories, how much I want to save for each category. Emergency, once again, no monthly goal, just the total sum. And deposit, the same thing. So as I assume that if you add goals here, you technically transfer them here and break them down a little bit smaller. So it is kind of repetitive, but in a way it's easier to overlook it like this rather than this, I believe. So this is convenient. And then tracker, yearly savings tracker. So here you transfer each of these goals into columns, and then you write down the beginning of month balances, how much you added or took away during that month, and then the ending balance. And you do that for every single month. So you have January to June here and July through December here. Also a good way to look through your goals, and I think it's very convenient because it kind of appeals to different types of people. So this one is just like very simple, straightforward. Here it's a bit more information. Here's a more of an overview, so you can literally use one tracker, you can use all of them, and it really just depends. And yeah, here more. So here's goals 1 to 4, and here's goals 5 to 8. And then sinking funds visual, this is where you can color in. Once again, I have the same 3 goals: Christmas, emergency, and deposit. I did write a note how much is each icon. That would actually, I would have preferred to have like a extra space where I can put that, so I don't have to count it every single time. But here you have the goal amount, and then you can color in as you reach that goal amount. And then here, this is a very cool page I'm looking forward to. This is a spending overview. So I write down all of my categories. I have all of my cash envelopes, all of my rent, all of my sinking funds, whatever. So I wrote them down, and then each month you're going to write down the expenses you had. For the category, you can also write down your income, and then you can write down your total expenses for that month, and then also the year. So this is going to be a great overview for somebody who loves data. This can be like a very good tracker of where you spend, which seasons are your busiest or more spending, which categories, etc., etc. Also, the same thing, this is kind of like a graph type. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using this one, but we'll see. I'll keep you updated. And you can have the savings balance, debt balance, retirement balance, and net worth from January to December monthly. And then you can create 2 graphs, whichever you depend on doing. I have a trouble calculating net worth because you have to take into account the actual things that you owe and that are on your name. So like a car, but that loses its value. You have your phone and stuff like that. So I'm not really a big fan of calculating net worth. So not sure if that's going to be applicable to me, but we'll see. And then bill tracker is you can mark which months you have paid your bills and whether they're automatic or not, what is the payment method, how much, and when it's due. So far I have written down phone bill, that's what I have to pay each month, credit card, also rent and utilities because I will be moving, these will also come into play, and then maybe any others that will come up throughout the year, and then the last page is medical bill payment tracker. This is not going to be applicable to me, as I believe this is something more maybe American, because for us we don't really have big medical expenses, like knock on wood, and we have insurances, so maybe this is not going to be that specific to me. I do believe you might use this for other things, but yeah, for now I think I'll just not use that page. So that's kind of the yearly notebook. This is what you can use on the monthly basis. And then you have the monthly layout, which is technically very similar to what I was using so far in my previous notebook. So you open up and it says this workbook belongs to a found kindly contact. And then you have a monthly layout. As you can see, I already put in the numbers. You can put goals this month. You can either put the index, so the colors. You can put, I don't know, goals, notes, important events, whatever, birthdays. And then you have thoughts and notes page. And then you have the bill tracker. I think you have 5 bill trackers and 5 expense trackers. So technically the layout is the same. You have income, the budget and actual. You have bills. You have envelopes, which I do believe is like cash envelopes and bills, yeah. And then sinking funds. So then you also have extra debt and extra savings and the cash envelope breakdown. Here you can see how much bills of which category you need. You can also write down money thoughts and priority goal. And this is the same layout for all 5 weeks. So you have 5 of those of the same ones. And then you have 5 expense trackers, I believe. You can have the date, account, transaction, category, withdrawal, deposit, and ending balance. I feel like this is too complicated. I feel like it should be just like the date, what was it, and how much was it. So I don't think you should, break it down even further, but maybe it works for some people. I'm going to find a way to make it work for me for sure. And then I think you have, yes, as I said, 5 of the same ones here, or maybe 6, I don't know, I haven't counted, but I'm too lazy to count. And then you have, at the end of each month, you have kind of monthly closeout pages. The debt payment plan, not applicable to me, I don't have any debt, thank God. Then monthly net worth tracker, once again, you can calculate your net worth based on your assets, liabilities, you can do changes or whatever. This is something, if you're really interested in doing, you can, not thinking that I might use it. And then where did my money go? It's mainly where you put your money, starting balance, incoming balance, the total income, the total expenses, also debt and savings trackers, not trackers, breakdowns. So one thing that I don't like about this, as I said, it's very repetitive. So it's a lot of the same thing over and over again. Like I don't feel like you need the debt, savings, or the income breakdown every single month, or if you have that already in the yearly one, so it's like kind of the same thing, but once again, you can use whichever pages you want, and some people need all of them. And then once again, like monthly spending comparison, where did my money go? I feel like it's kind of the same thing as it was in the previous page, also in the yearly layout. So this is my first time buying, and also a notes page in the end, and cash envelope teller slips. You can cut these out and you can bring these to the bank, saying which denominations you need or what quantity. So these are handy. But yeah, as I said, this is my first time buying a kind of budget budget tracker from somebody other than myself. So it's always a different experience. Of course, if you make it yourself, you can tailor it whatever way you want. And I knew that when I was purchasing it, but this is just like simply my opinion. But I'm very excited to see how this goes. And maybe in the middle of the year, I'm going to decide that I want to switch up. And that's also a great way to keep things interesting and just see how whether the tracking system works for your budget. So as I said, you have January, February, March, and all of the months, and the artwork changes, but I do believe that the income inside of each of the books is the same. So you have kind of the same thing. So I'm not going to go through each of them, but let me put it back in order. So yes, that's kind of the update on how I'm going to keep track of all the things and stuff. But I do have an Excel file on my computer. I am both a digital and a paper gal, so I like the paper version for my videos, but the digital version for just files and taxes and easier like kind of tracking of everything. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below what system you'll be using. Are you more of a paper person or more of a digital file person? But yeah, I'm very excited to try these out. I'm very excited for the new year, and that brings us to the end of the video actually. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel. We have fun over here. I'll be back very soon with another weekly budget setup video and a cash stuffing video, so that's very exciting, so stay tuned for those. And in the meanwhile, I wish you a very wonderful day, morning, evening, wherever you are, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.